I started this April or May of this year, which feels really a long time ago at this point. And I think when I first started, I was really focused on like my image and the way that I looked, and I just wasn't like happy looking in the mirror. And I feel like I've evolved from like just image based to more like health and wellness overall, which is really nice. I grew up in a household where like image was really big, and so I think that's always kind of at the forefront of my mind. It's like a little thing that I am like a hurdle I'm trying to get over. I think it's been nice to like switch my brain from like I have to look this certain way to like I would like to live as long as I can with the most quality of life as I can. I think that's probably been the biggest like mindset change and like most important to me throughout. I work in the hospital. I'm currently sitting at the hospital, and I will see a 50-year-old guy that is bedridden and hasn't walked in weeks and has no motivation versus like my like 90-year-old farmers who have stuck with it their whole life and are hard workers and are walking laps around the unit. So it's been very interesting to me to I just get like access to all the worst things, like the bad things that people go through, and I don't want that. Like
No,
there are things that
girl.
I want to move. I want to be able to walk and hike and bike and be outside and hang out with my friends and for as long as possible. I've always been a thick girl. I guess like after college, but I've always had quads. I used to dance and I used to like be really active. And then adulthood hit and like, post really like COVID era, like treat yourself time. I just like I was working out, but I wasn't very focused. And so I think these workouts are whooping my butt. But I'm sore, but I'm not so sore that I can't walk or I can't like do the next thing the next day, which I think has been a game changer for me because I feel like I've done like other online stuff or whatever, and I will be so sore that I can't walk the next day. And so it makes me not do my workout quite as well or like drop weight or whatever. And with this program, I feel like I've been able to sequentially like get better and sustain that without like feeling like I have to rest for 3 days in between each workout. I think that like I've always worked out, but I think the nutrition piece for me was there were just things I didn't know, like things I didn't know how to fuel my body. I was fully under eating. I was not eating breakfast. I was like supplementing with protein shakes, but not enough protein. And now I like get to the end of the day and I'm like, man, I still have some protein I have to eat. Like, I feel like I've eaten so much and I'm still like seeing bodily changes. And I love that you like post that you and your husband eat dessert like on date nights. I love that. Like I'm eating ice cream. My friend brought a brownie to work and like I ate that and I'm still hitting my protein goals, my fiber goals, and I love to cook, so I feel like it's been like interesting to switch up my routine with nutrition and stuff like that too. So my sleep was not great. I literally thought, am I anemic? Like, what's wrong with me? I'm sleeping 8+ hours and not feeling good. Like, I'm coming to work really tired. I'm getting home being really tired. I feel like I sleep really well now. And like my gut feels happier. That was something that was like a problem beforehand. And I feel like the workouts paired with the nutrition has like healed that a lot. I think sleep cures a lot of things, like quality sleep cures a lot of things, and I am definitely getting that. I went home to visit my grandfather recently, and um, older people don't have a filter. And he said, Sister, I think you've lost weight. And I was like, I appreciate you saying that. I have been working on that, but really I'm just working on like being happy with me and who I am. And he said, and I can tell in your face. And I said, like my weight? And he said, no, your happiness. And I thought it was really sweet. I feel more confident in my clothes. I think that was something I used to have like panic attacks, like getting ready to leave the house or like going out with friends who I love, who I know don't care like what I look like in my clothes, but I cared. And I haven't had like a spiraling event about clothes in a while, a long while. Because I'm prioritizing myself through this program, I'm prioritizing things that I enjoy, like being outside, going on bike rides, choosing clothes I might not have normally worn or chosen just because I feel like better in my own skin, not particularly because I'm like skinnier or whatever. I think that's also the biggest thing about this. I think in like today's culture with like GLP-1s and like skinny celebrities and stuff, people want like you pull your pants away and it's 10 sizes lower. And I'm not that girl. I don't think that would be healthy for me, but I do see my body doing recomposition, like changing in different small ways. And I think that's been more important than just being skinny. I've talked about it like with my mom or my cousins. Like they've noticed the way that I'm choosing to eat or the way that I'm choosing to talk about my body or other people's bodies or not talking about other people's bodies, which is a big thing. And just talking about strength and energy and what I'm able to do from like functional perspective and things like that. So yeah, for sure. Breaking generational curses over here.
I
It's habit building. That's really the biggest hurdle that you have to jump over. Other than that, this is a lifestyle. So like you figure out how to make it work within your lifestyle and then it becomes really easy. And I think that's like how y'all do this really well because this is so personalized and I'm able to have like a say in what goes on in my life. Y'all understand where I'm coming from and like what my schedule looks like. I think the biggest hurdle would be just to start the habit. Like as long as you get started and just try, give yourself a couple of weeks, a month, and you'll see progress, whether that's mental, physical, the non-scale victories, your friends will notice. You just have to get over the initial mental hurdle and like start building those habits. I feel like I am empowered to take charge of my own health and like I said, like I feel like because I'm taking care of myself in this area, it opens up the doors for me to take care of myself in other areas of life that I might have neglected. Like, I tend to take care of other people and prioritize other people. And this has been really empowering for me to like really focus on myself in a not selfish way and realize that taking care of me and my health and my wellness is going to help me be able to help other people too.